Force. Force is simply defined as the push or pull movement. Different types of force are contact forces or non-contact forces. Or unity of force. SI unit of force is Newton. CGS unit is dyne, while the British unit is slung. Measurement of force. Applying accretion to a body. For measuring force at time, the change that has caused can be considered like in the case of body that has changed its shape. So, the degree of change can be the measurement of force. Contact forces. Contact forces are that one, as the name suggests, there is a contact between the two bodies under consideration. That means one body exerting force on the other body because of contact between them. So the force that is found due to by physical contact between two bodies is known as contact forces. Example of contact forces: pushing a door, playing basketball, hitting the football, working on laptop, pushing sofa. Type of contact forces. Spring force. The Hooke's law talk about the spring force. The spring force is a result of movement or displacement of molecules. The displacement of molecule is in a direction opposite to the displacement of a spring. It is type of normal force. Applied force. Muscular force is the other name for applied force. The force due to action of muscles. The force due to action of muscles. Air resistance force. It is type of normal force. Air resistance force is one in which the force acts in the opposite direction in presence of gas. Air resistance force is directly proportional to area under contact. If area increases, the air resistance force also increases, and vice versa. By decreasing air resistance, the front position of rocket being kept circular and pointed. Frictional force. Friction is a opposing force that acts opposite to direction of motion and offer resistance to motion of the object. It is the result of contact with a surface or when there is an interaction between the object and the surface. The object tries to move this force offered by resistance. It is type of normal force. Normal force It is force that result of contact between forces. Contact between It is the force that result of contact between surfaces. As this force act perpendicular to the surface under consideration, this is known as normal force. Example: spring force, air resistance force, tension force. Tension force, the force that is produced with the help of rope, cable or string. This force only pulls the suspended mass attached to it. Does not have the pushing ability. Non-contact forces. Non-contact forces are those that does not contact between two bodies. The force does not arise due to physical contact between the surface but act through space between two bodies, like gravitational force, nuclear force strong, weak nuclear force, electromagnetic force. Gravitational force, the force that is present due to the attraction between the two objects, is defined as gravitational force. Electromagnetic force, it is due to electric or magnetic affinity of the molecules that generate this force and the result of binding of atoms and solids. Nuclear force, it can be divided as a strong or weak. In case of weak nuclear force, the force present between radioactive decay molecules and is generated during their decay, while strong force requires in binding of nucleus.